Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Art Whisper 88. Today I will be using my Soho Urban acrylic. This is turquoise and this is cobalt blue, so it's a study in blue backgrounds. So I will start with turquoise and cobalt. Now I'm going to create different zones, color. This turquoise really like a deep emerald green. And again, I am using my 12 by 14 gel plate, which I consider as a medium format. Okay, now that I have a very even layer of paint, I'm going to experiment with this packing material. I had ordered some tissue paper from a company and they use this I wouldn't call it corrugated cardboard, but it's almost like a basket weave, and I think it will make an interesting texture. So I like to use found objects to make interesting textures. It's kind of a change from my usual bubble wrap. And again, I'm going to use I call it my magic wand. I've become very fond of this aloe vera stem. It allows me to make very fine marks. And again, I'm using Blick watercolor paper. And this watercolor paper has a texture to it, or tooth as they call it. It's a contrast to the Bristol plate, which is very smooth. You get different effects. Okay, let's see what we have here. Very cool. Like that. I think the ghost print is pretty awesome. Now, in order to pick this up, I will use a contrasting lighter color. Let me try this primary red. And some cadmium yellow deep. Again, I have two zones of color. Now, since I'm trying to pick up the ghost, I will leave this for about 5 minutes. Because the trick here is to allow the paper's fibers to absorb the moisture of the paint. When you pull the paper too quickly, you don't give the paper enough time to absorb the pigment. So in order to have a successful transfer, you need to give the paper some time. Okay, let's see what we have here. I think we have very cool transfer here. Wow, this is pretty wild. Check this out. I love this. And I love the gloss of the paint. It's a very beautiful glossy finish. Okay, so I will air dry both of these and then decide what the next step will be. Okay, this has dried quite a bit. Now I have this offloaded paper that I think will work with this. I think the bright orange is going to contrast well with the phthalo blue. Okay, that's it for the first piece. Now let me move on to the next one. Okay, I think that does it. Let me dry these guys and I will give you a close-up on my recap. Okay, this is dry now. I do want to apply a final mark here with, this is Pyrrole Orange. This is Golden High Flow Acrylics. Now the disadvantage of having a very, very fine nozzle, it clogs once in a while and I have to use my very important tool here, my toothpick. And I have to pick out the dry paint. So here goes. Okay, that's it for the final mark on this first one. I'm going to do the same here. Now, instead of a very large circle, I will do small ones. Okay. This hasn't dried yet, but I'll show you close up. That's one piece. Let me get the other one. This is actually a piece of plastic that has gold paint on it, and it does look like gold leaf. So I thought it would be very effective as a contrast to the dark phthalo blue. And here's the texture of that basket weave packing material. Okay. I hope you enjoyed this video. I really had a lot of fun doing these, and I'm glad I didn't have to get caught up in using a lot of stencils and a lot of layers, sometimes that's really not necessary to create an effective image. Sometimes less is more. So thank you so much for watching and for subscribing. I am really very excited because I am approaching my 10,000 subscriber mark, and I owe that to all you wonderful viewers who leave your comments and your kind support. Thank you, and I hope to see you next time.